Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready for some wrestling action? Our opening contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the RIZEN Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Aaron Nix. Welcome to RIZEN Pro Wrestling Limitless 2. 2 years of RIZEN Pro Wrestling, but a debut here tonight in our opening contest as Karl Atlas and Maddog, the ultimate heavyweight fast tag team of the Beards, are here finally in RIZEN. Beautifully and eloquently announced by our wonderful MC General Manager Magic Mind Rowe. The Beards are here, debut on tap.
And introducing the champions.
If you're going to make a debut at RIZEN as one of the very best tag teams of all time, for 20 years the Beards have been tearing a trail across the British landscape, but can they do the unthinkable in their debut here tonight and knock off the reigning RIZEN Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions? A father and son duo who have held the belts since knocking off Connor Vista and Jimmy Swift.
They are the current, reigning, and defending RIZEN Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are the father and son duo of Owen Sears and Roger Sears. Together they are the Sears Syndicate.
Yes, indeed, the father and son duo, the only prominent father and son duo in British tag team wrestling. Former RIZEN Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion Roger Sears, and of course his son, his own flesh and blood, and one half of the tag team champions alongside him, Owen Sears. Talk about blazing a trail in tag team wrestling, none and blaze a bigger one than the Sears Syndicate. Perfect synergy, perfect chemistry, as you'd expect from all family affair here at RIZEN. RIZEN prides itself on being some of the very best in family-friendly professional wrestling, but nothing says family quite like the Sears Syndicate. Of course, the Beards heavy favourites here with the audience, but are they going to be heavy favourites in this tag team matchup? And obviously a far from favourable reception for the Sears Syndicate. Karl Atlas on the left, Maddog on the right, and the Sears Syndicate getting a jump on the Beards, and I don't think that was a very wise decision considering the size disparity. And now the Beards and the Sears Syndicate are going to go to work with RIZEN Tag Team Gold on the line. To the midsection, stereo effect and Bulldog facebuster combination. Stereo offense by the Beards, and it looks like Maddog and Roger Sears are going to start this matchup off with referee Paul Field in charge of this tag team matchup. Karl Atlas gets the legal tag off of Maddog, and now double Irish whip into the corner to Roger Sears. And Roger Sears picked up. Look out, the Beards looking to lawn dart Roger Sears into the top turnbuckle with relative ease and a 3-point stance and a double shoulder tackle. And obviously the power game is very much going to be favourable when it comes to the Beards. Big size and power advantage and experience despite the fact that Roger Sears has been in the business for a number of years, but nothing compares to this kind of level. And a beautiful DDT by Karl Atlas catches Roger Sears flush. And you want to look out for Karl Atlas. He might be a big meaty boy, but I'll tell you what, he could take to the sky with ease. Lovely rolling senton there by Karl Atlas. And now Maddog is the legal tag in this matchup. And look out, just picks it up with ease. World's strongest slam applied by Maddog, and a quick tag once again, and that's something you can expect to see. And now Karl Atlas using Maddog for the elevation pinfall, and a 2 count only, says referee Paul Field. There's been a lot of conversation, and the Sears Syndicate made it very clear, not impressed that the Beards in their debut matchup were being handed, in their estimation, a charitable-like tag team title matchup. They believe that they should have earned it, but a lot of people might argue that the Beards, as former 5-time British Tag Team Champions, have already earned the right to be #1 contenders. And poor Roger Sears, and oh man, well, the Crown Jewels are getting some overtime here, courtesy of the Beards. A highly unfavourable position for the veteran Roger Sears to be in. Owen Sears looking to catch the Beards unaware, but they were aware. Don't you worry about it. And father and son, collide in the ring. And a lovely back suplex, neck breaker combination from the Beards. Jammed to the rafters, and it looks like with an assist off of Maddog, Karl Atlas is going to take to the sky. Suicida Tope from Karl Atlas. Beautiful athleticism for a man of his size, and let's not forget Karl Atlas has trimmed down something rotten in the shape of a lifetime, and now Maddog suggesting that he might be taken to the skies as the figure of the Beards, and this really will be a game changer. And puts the brakes on, and the Sears Syndicate think they've got one up on Maddog there, but meanwhile, in the background, double axe handle takes out both father and son of the Sears Syndicate. The Beards are firing on all cylinders, and I'll tell you what, that experience is really starting to pay dividends. Karl Atlas ascending to the top rope with ease, and Owen Sears, well, he's very smart. He's obviously done his homework. The scouting report was in, and he was able to send Karl Atlas crashing to the floor below. And now the Sears Syndicate are looking to go to work. Snapmare into the back by Owen Sears. Low centre of gravity on that clothesline. And this is the legal man here. Pinning combination, 2 count only, says referee Paul Field. The RIZEN Tag Team Championships on the line in our opener here at Limitless 2, ladies and gentlemen. And you might notice Owen Sears was goading Maddog into the ring. And meanwhile, the Sears Syndicate are going to take every bit of opportunity they can. And you saw Roger Sears clap his hands there. That audio cue, no doubt used to try and fool referee Paul Field, because Roger Sears clearly not the legal man, didn't make a legal tag, and Maddog is struggling to get outside of the ring. And meanwhile, the Sears Syndicate have been taking full advantage with dual drive-by kicks to the face of Karl Atlas. And combination once again in a 2 count only. It's going to take a lot to keep the Beards down. Over 20 years, the most prominent and devastating heavyweight tag team in all of British professional wrestling. Once again, the Maddog's emotions getting the better of him. You think with the experience that he'd understand that you've got to be outside of the ring. You do not want to be distracted. Referee Paul Field, as Owen Sears is looking to go to work on Karl Atlas in the corner. And once again, stuffing that boot down the neck and the throat of Karl Atlas. Owen Sears, what a mean streak he's garnered ever since he decided to align himself and start his wrestling journey alongside his father. Started out as a singles wrestler, but very quickly realised that family synergy was going to get the job done. And again, a cheap shot. I don't think Maddog appreciates the lack of respect from Owen Sears, who is very rapidly building a reputation based on that lack of respect. Karl Atlas and Owen Sears, the legal men as we speak, and Karl Atlas, worse for wear, courtesy of the onslaught from the Sears Syndicate. Karl Atlas looking to fight from underneath here, and when it comes to a striking exchange, I think Owen Sears would be wise not to get in one, especially with someone like Karl Atlas, who is raining down the big old ham bones on the chin of Owen Sears. ducks the discus lariat. Springboard cutter applied by Owen Sears. Beautifully catches Karl Atlas flush. Got to get into that pinning combination. A little bit of hesitation, and Karl Atlas was able to get his shoulder off the canvas. And Owen Sears looks absolutely stunned that Karl Atlas was able to answer before the 3 count. Maddog trying to rally the troops here, trying to rally the RIZEN faithful. Karl Atlas, as you can see, sucking in air, looking a lot worse for wear right now. Maddog once again goaded into the ring, and meanwhile the Syndicate are going to take full advantage of this opportunity. Huge Irish whip, whiplash effect as Karl Atlas went clattering into the corner. They've recognised that as a duality, they could use their power to their advantage. One beard is devastating, but with 2 men, they seem to have been able to isolate and neutralise the juggernaut. Tag made, Owen Sears and Roger Sears. Again, double Irish whip into the corner again, and well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It worked the first time, so they've gone back to the well, and it has paid dividends. Maddog certainly is rallying the audience, but Karl Atlas in real trouble right now. And this is what tag team wrestling is all about: isolating an opponent, wearing them down until you can potentially pick up the win. And the Sears Syndicate would very much like to add the beards to their resume as Karl Atlas ducks underneath double close. Not a attempt at a springboard crossbody. This man's athleticism beggars belief as he wipes out Roger and Owen Sears. But Karl Atlas must make a tag to the fresh Maddog. Maddog's been on the outside for what seems like an eternity. Karl Atlas has absorbed so much punishment. It is now time to ascend as far as the beards are concerned. Atlas has got to make a tag. Looks to be very out on his feet, but he does make that tag. And here comes a fresh Maddog ready to go with clotheslines cocked and loaded for the Sears Syndicate. And he is cooking here in the kitchen of Hamworthy. Maddog, the fireman's carry with ease to the lighter of the 2 Sears Syndicate, and now an unfortunate position to be in if you're Owen Sears with the aeroplane spinning. That's a Bowen drop. Amazing power on display from Maddog. Roger Sears looks to be in bad shape, as does Owen Sears, to be fair, off of that Samoan drop. And now it looks like it might be time for the train to arrive at the platform, because here comes the juggernaut as Maddog picks up some speed. And look at the pace on display from a man of his size. Absolutely impressive, and he is just flattening both members of the Sears Syndicate in opposite corners. And now a little meeting of the minds, perhaps, courtesy of Maddog to Roger and Owen Sears. The heads collide. And that is bad news if you are the RIZEN Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Sears Syndicate. I'll tell you what, would you expect anything less? A stunning debut, and now a deep 6 by Maddog to Roger Sears. And Karl Atlas says it's time to finish the job. And Karl Atlas looking for that beautiful springboard moonsault, but nobody home. Roger Sears had it scouted. He was able to roll out, and that is very good news if you're the Sears Syndicate. Kicks to the midsection, kicks to the 5, face buster, enziguri by the Sears Syndicate. Now Owen Sears picking up a big old head of steam and drives his right knee right into the chin of Karl Atlas, who may very well be out cold. And there's that. Oh my God, I thought that was going to be enough, but Karl Atlas keeps the beards in contention in this tag team championship matchup. Just launching Owen Sears to the outside. Good God, just splattered on the outside like a disregarded piece of trash. And now Maddog looking for a black hole slam. Didn't get all of it, but enough to wipe out Roger Sears. Karl Atlas perched on the top. 1-ton bomb by the beards Karl Atlas. And is that going to be enough? Yes, it is. We have new tag team champions. What a Talk about a red-hot start here at Limitless 2, ladies and gentlemen. One match in, and we have new tag team champions. And has there been a more devastating debut in all of RIZEN Professional Wrestling than here tonight, as the Beards knock off the Sears Syndicate and capture the RIZEN Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their RIZEN debut and walking away as champions, let's see go for the Beards!
Big ovation, and the Beards are walking away with yet another pair of straps in a tag team division that is loaded with talent. The Sears Syndicate have been knocked off at the first opportunity by the Beards, and we have new tag team champions. You can tell just from Owen Sears' face, he is not impressed with what has gone down here. Roger Sears suffered a brutal and vicious ending to this matchup with that swanton bomb from Karl Atlas, and Owen Sears looking to regroup and bring Roger Sears back to the land of the living. And oh my God, what the hell was that? Owen Sears with a low blow and a super kick to his own father. What in God's name are you doing? Oh, Owen Sears with a low blow to his own father. And well, I understand frustration in losing the tag team championships here tonight, but that is absolutely no way to treat family. That is a former RIZEN Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion in Roger Sears, and he has just had his crown jewels kicked into the air courtesy of his own son. A vile and disgusting shot by Owen Sears that has rang true in the Sears Syndicate.
Ladies and gentlemen,